Time for your Tuesday Sports Interior Alaska. We're talking Nano hockey in today's Nano Corner. They're in position to make some noise in the standings as they continue to get points in their playoff push. Two players earned WCHA Player of the Week awards, so can the Nooks keep it going? Here's more. The Nano hockey team is getting hot at the right time. UAF is on their last bye week after outscoring the Michigan Tech Huskies 14-5 in a blowout sweep this past weekend. The key thing for the Nooks in that series, according to senior captain Colton Beck, was keeping things simple.
We were playing simple and getting pucks in the net, and we were getting a lot of garbage goals, so I think that's why they were going in the net for us. So it's something we talked about before the weekend, was playing simple, and it worked for us this weekend.
The Nooks are now in a three-way tie for fourth with the Huskies and Bemidji State, all with 24 points. Alaska has won 3 straight and 5 of their last 6, and their last 2 series are at home. Sophomore Nolan Heisman was named the WCHA Offensive Player of the Week today for his 7-point series against the Huskies, including a career-high 4-point performance with a career-high 3 assists on Saturday. Junior goalie Sean Cahill was named Defensive Player of the Week as well with 41 saves with 5 goals allowed. He's won 4 straight games. But with all that momentum, assistant coach Lance West says it's about staying even-keeled.
We still have a tough battle. There's a long way to go. Anything can happen from, third to ninth. So it's great. We needed these points. The guys did well, but I think the focus is never to be too low or too high. And the guys need to enjoy this because they earned it. But come Tuesday when we get home, we'll move on to the next series.
UAF hosts #1 Ferris State next weekend. The Bulldogs swept the Nooks in November, and the season finale is against UAA. The Seawolves and the Nooks split in their first meeting. UAA is third, but just 2 points ahead of UAF. How the Nooks perform in those series coming up will determine if this sweep really counted.
We haven't accomplished anything yet. I mean, we had a good weekend this weekend, but if we don't do something again in 2 weeks, this weekend meant nothing to us, especially with this league, this season being so close. We're going to have a nice bye week this weekend, and the weekend after, we're going to be ready to go again.
Nano Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
Staying with Nano sports, freshman skier Nicole Bates is this week's Air Alaska Nano of the Week. Bates won the NCAA Central Regional 5K Classic title by beating the field by more than 15 seconds. She followed that up by getting 8th in the 10K free skate, leading the UAF women's team to a bronze medal, and she was named All-Central Region. She did all this despite some traveling hurdles. Bates was coming in from the World Junior Championships in Italy, but her flight got canceled, and she arrived the night before regionals. The Madison, Wisconsin native was just a few hours drive away from Holton, Michigan, so she got to see her family on the day that she won the 5K. She also credited Coach Christina Turman on her win.
I got to go home and see my family, which is actually kind of cool. And then my mom got to come up here today and cheer me on, which is really cool. So in the end, I think it was actually kind of worked out for the best. I got some sleep in my own bed, which is nice. And it's nice to have my mom here cheering me on. I talked to Christina a lot, and she's raced this course so many times that she knew exactly. And she just told me, go out hard, do a K interval, and then it's a K downhill. Then you just have a 3K race. And that's the way I looked at it. In the last 3K, it was hard, but it's definitely a good one.
And today was the final day of the NAHL Top Prospects Tournament, and the Midwest team that came away with the W. Kyle Lee of the Ice Dogs had 2 assists in the Midwest team's 4-1 win over the North squad. North scored 17 seconds into the second period for a 1-0 lead, but the Midwest scored 4 unanswered, including 3 in the third. Ice Dog defenseman Nick Hens also scored. The 5 Ice Dogs players and head coach Trevor Stewart come back for their home series against Kenai this weekend. In high school sports news, Bobby Pace, head coach of the Monroe football team, will be stepping down. Pace, known as the father of Monroe football by A.D. Frank Ostanek, will remain in the program that he started 7 years ago. He will be the offensive coordinator. He led the Rams to their first ever state championship game last season and a 36-28 loss to Nikiski with only 11 to 15 players all year. He was the Greatland Coach of the Year. Pace said in an email to the Newsmire that it has become increasingly more difficult for me to manage the time spent to effectively supervise our football program as well as perform my best at my day job. Pace is the state DOT. He works for the State Department of Transportation as a district fleet manager. Chad Como will be the new head coach. He's Monroe's track coach. Como was an assistant under Pace in 2007-2008 and was a defensive coordinator for West Valley and special teams coach for North Pole. Lastly, an update on the Iron Dog. Tyler Huntington's return to the Iron Dog is now over. He and Todd Palin scratched yesterday due to mechanical problems after Shell Lake. The Fairbanks rookie team of Josh Norm and Bryce Benson scratched in McGrath as well. That's 6 teams that have scratched so far. The current leaders are Mike Morgan and Chris Olds, who have reached Nome, the halfway point first, followed by Davis and Simons, Minnick and Olstead, and McKinnick and Von Meter. And that does it for sports tonight. Stay warm, Alaska. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.